The best way to keep your vision healthy during life is to live a healthy lifestyle, eat a well-balanced diet, avoid cigarette smoking, choose your parents wisely, exercise, and follow up regularly with your eye physician. In surgery, most of the time, as you become experienced in doing surgery, the number of complications becomes very rare. However, there's always going to be some unexpected things that happen during surgery, and then you have to deal with those. But as an experienced surgeon, I don't encounter a lot of problems during surgery, so pretty uneventful most of the time. Well, the typical surgery day for me begins with me waking up around 10 after 6 and driving to Durham, where I operate at both the Davis Ambulatory Surgery Center, which is part of the Duke facility, or North Carolina Specialty Hospital, which is a private hospital. So I get there about 7 o'clock, see my first patient, maybe my second patient in the pre-op area, do the final check list on those patients, and then move to the operating room after I've gotten dressed. And then I'm usually in the operating room. If I'm doing just half a day, I'll do 7 cases or so, and then if it's a full day, up to 12 cases. And then during the day, I'll just be doing case after case, doing a case, then taking care of the patient in the recovery area, then waiting for the room to be turned over and cleaned up for the next case. Then I see the next case in the pre-op area, answer any questions that they have. Once those are answered, then they're moved back to the operating room where I do the surgery. The surgery can involve a laser to assist me with the surgery. It can involve a special wavefront aberrometer, which helps me to ensure that the lens implants that I'm putting in people's eyes are correctly powered. Sometimes the surgeries are other than cataract surgeries. Sometimes I'll be doing pterygium surgeries or glaucoma surgeries, and sometimes I'll combine glaucoma surgery with cataract surgery. But I'm usually done by about 3:30 or so, and after that I finalize all the arrangements at the surgery center and drive back to my office, usually to do some office work or see some more patients in the office. Coding is the way that doctors make sure that they accurately record what they've done in either office visit or hospital visit or in their surgery operating rooms. And it's important because, one, you want to code accurately because that's the basis on which you or the organization you work for gets paid. So it's important to do it properly, so that you are not representing that you did more or less than what you actually did in either the patient visit or the surgery. So it's an important thing to do, but all organizations are going to be very concerned that the people who are coding for the patient encounters are coding them accurately. So it's an important thing. There are several different models for physicians to be employed. There's the hospital model where the physician works for the hospital and the physician can then has the support of the whole hospital, doesn't have to worry about the fine details of owning a practice. There's another model where a physician is part of a larger multi-specialty group or a larger group of specialists, where again the burden of running the office is spread out among the involved physicians. And in many cases, the larger organizations of these specialty groups will have their administrators manage a lot of the business day-to-day decisions. And then there's small practice that have one or two doctors that where the doctors not only see patients, but they're also involved directly in making the kinds of decisions that businesses have to make in order to run. So the advantages of being part of a large organization is that the physician doesn't have the distractions of running a business and can concentrate on patient care and what they do. But the flip side of that is that physicians have less control about how they take care of the patient and how the practice is actually run. So if a physician feels like he thinks that the patient's best interest is served in another way, or there's some sort of conflict with the large organization, the physician doesn't have the power often to make those changes to either make things more efficient or streamline the care of patients. Whereas working in a smaller practice, you have more control of that, and but you have to be engaged in making sure the business continues. So there's pluses and minuses with either situation. I happen to work in a smaller practice, and I enjoy both the patient care and also being able to have the freedom to make the kinds of decisions that help improve patient care and make the patient experience better. I've heard of drops that are being proposed to help slow down cataracts. I'm not impressed at this point from the studies of those drops, so I don't think they've been established to show that they do anything significant. So still not to say that maybe at some point there might be some sort of medication or drops, but at this point I think the data does not indicate that you can reverse a cataract with drops. So the personality traits and skills that help an ophthalmologist are, they have, as a general profession, a reputation as being perfectionist, obsessive, and compulsive about things, because it's a very precise field, because the optical system is made of anatomical parts that have to work in a very precise way optically. So millimeters or fractions of millimeters are important. Fractions of diopters are important. Astigmatism is important. So small variations in either the surface or the interior of the eye can significantly alter the image that one sees. So it's important in ophthalmology to be very precise and to make sure that the numbers that you're basing your surgery or your treatment on are correct. And also, another trait that's helpful in ophthalmology is being comfortable with technology, with mechanical things, and enjoying fixing things, because ophthalmology is a field where a lot of the treatments involve surgery, either surgery in the operating room or surgery using lasers, such as LASIK and PRK.